Hello everybody, Speedrun here, bringing the best content. Once again, this episode I'll be talking about Pro UVs. Let's go ahead to our scenes folder right here. And of course, open our Maya. Now I'm going to duplicate this low poly walkthrough. Let's call this number 6, Pro UVs. Alright. Let's wait the Maya launch. I want to have a look while Maya is opening in our images folder. We have to convert this to RSM, which is the 3D file format for Ragnarok Online on the next episode. So let's make sure we grab every single texture that we need right now. Seems like Maya has been opened. File, open scene, Pro UVs. Let's brighten the scene a little bit over here. I want to start by texturing the tree. As well, I'm going to open the Substance Painter, which is very similar to Photoshop, but better as this has been built to color 3D models. It's also from Adobe, so it's easy to understand as the layout from Photoshop is pretty much similar. Let's open now. Once I select here the tree, I'm going to go UV editor. Let's fix a little bit this. Alright. I'm going to, with the tree selected, I'm going to UV camera based. As well, I'm going to select all the faces down here and delete as we don't need it. Let's check up here. Alright. Now we need to basically unfold this tree. So what I can do is select edges. And let's frame over here. And select all around this tree branch. Now I go Shift, Cut, and try to bring this whole piece here to the side. That works. Let's separate just the tree over here so we can see what's going on. Ctrl 1. Let's start by this tree branch, selecting edges. open over here. Like this. If I shift, right click and use cut, and then select these options over here and click on this. If I go to unfold and click unfold, now you can see that I have made a beautiful UV for the branch here. Now let's do the same for this tree trunk right here. I'm going to edge, frame. Now I can shift and cut. Let's do the same thing. Select this UV and click unfold. As you can see, this is looking way nicer than before. Now I can kind of rotate a little bit both of them. I can select both, arrange and layout. And this UV is looking so much nicer. As well, since there is a lot of space in here, we could add something more. Let's go to this part right here and check on the eyes. Let's select this and go UV automatic. Make sure it's in object mode. Once again, UV automatic. That does not look good, so we need to go UV and camera based. Now I'm going to select faces. Over here, I'm going to select these back parts. Or actually, let me think. Yeah, I'll select the back parts and going to maybe edges. I'll try with using edges first. We need to select all around here. How you actually open the UV for texturing is really up to you. There are so many possibilities that there's no right or wrong. So I'll cut over here and then choose cut. And here I'll try to unfold. Let's see how it looks. And it looks pretty good. This is actually really nice. Now let's see like which part is facing up. So let's go to edges and pick this edge right here. So this edge should be facing up there. something like this. Now I can go ahead and choose orient shells, see how it looks. That doesn't look good. Orient edges also didn't help, so I guess just leave like this. It's facing up, so it's easier to understand that we're gonna paint from here, and this is the upper part of the eyes. So I can minimize a bit. And now we have unfolded this successfully. Now I can compare with the tree over here. And this is looking almost like the same size. I could also select everything and click on layout. So it's gonna calculate for me the correct size of each UV. So they're already looking nearly perfectly the same here, the square sizes. All right, we just need to UV one more here. So let's go to object here, UV and camera based. Right here, what I would do is select all of these faces around this area. And once again, click UV and camera based. Now, if I go to this tool here in the corner, I can already pick all of this, and I can just simply go to unfold right here. This one as well, so unfold. Now we just need to know which area is the upper part and the lower part. So let's go to edges. This one, it's the upper part. Like this. Let's check on this one now. So, okay, this is pretty good. We just need to rotate a little bit. Nice. And for this one, it's also pretty good. All right. We have successfully done our UVs for these two. We can also do one more just for this bottle cap right here. UV, camera base. Now I just need to go to edges and cut around the edges right here. Shift cut, and we can go to unfold again. And that's a very nice UV. Now we can select all of this. 1, 2, 3, 4. We can go down here and choose layout. As you can see, we have saved a lot of space and avoiding making a lot of small textures for our Ragnarok. Let's lower a little bit here so we actually have some spaces. It's not touching, the UV is not touching like outside this square. As well, we can drag them manually a little bit somewhere else. Let's say this is part of the tree and this part of tree. Let's keep them close together. Okay, this was a pretty cool UV, looking good. It's good to leave some space in between the meshes, between each UV here. So the pixel will not overlap both of them, you know what I mean? Now we can go ahead and export our models to Substance Painter. Okay, I will hit save. I'll select 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now I'm going to File. Will be good to give actually them hyper shades here. So let's do that before we actually import. Let's pick AI. Let's clear here first. So you see that there is a lot of UVs here, like patches. If I click on this button right here, it's just gonna empty all of them, but they're still over here. However, now it's easier to see the one I created, so AI standard surface. You can see right now it's just one UV here, which is easy. We can give a color if we want to. Let's give a light color here. Now we select once again all these models. Right click and assign. Now we can see here, that what we're going to texture as well is good for Substance Painter to know the UVs is part of the same UV. Let's go ahead and export this. File, export, selection. Now we're gonna pick FBX. So it's gonna export to the scenes. Let's choose here models to substance 1. All right, let's call like this. Export. Now we can go to substance. File new. Select. Now we have to find our 3D folder. So the Ultimate 3D course. And there was saved to scenes. Yeah, in scenes folder we have our models to substance. Now we can open that. The document resolution, it can be 1024, but let's go with 512. So as smaller the UVs get, just better for Ragnarok Online. Now we can go ahead and click OK. As you can see, we have got our models over here. our UVs. So you can notice as soon as I paint here, it's also painting the 3D model. As well, I can hold shift and right click so I can change the directional light to see how it looks. And right here on the side I have layers where I can drag and drop materials and they will auto color our 3Ds. And in texture settings, down here I have to bake mesh, so bake mesh maps. Let's pick the same resolution, make sure it's the same, and we can choose bake selected textures. So now it's creating all sort of textures that a 3D can have. We at the end just need the color texture for Ragnarok Online, as it won't accept any other kind of texture that's different from other games. Let's pick now a wood texture for our tree branch. So wood. Let's check over here in this section, see if they have the wood texture. Yeah, here is a smart material, so their textures looks actually better. I'm going to pick a wood texture right here. I like this one. I'll drag and drop into the layers, so around here. As you can see, it has created a very nice wood texture already. I'm going to extend this and let's see, under dust we can actually change this to planar project, triplanar projection. So actually, depending on the texture from these many textures right here, it will connect really well. But since this is low poly and for reference only, this will do for the tree branch. Let's go ahead and now I just want to make sure only the tree and this cap has this texture. So to do that, I can go in add mask over here once it's selected to our texture. So add black mask. Now I can go to polygon fill, and then I can just select what I need to have that texture. So he will automatically mask for us. And if I press X, will actually be the opposite. So if I press X again, I can pick the coloring. So if you see, I press X, it's switching up here, and that's how it works. Now we need to color the eyes over here. All right, so for the eyes, I'm going to, let me see, choose a rock texture or stone. I'll pick this jade stone right here, and I'll drag and drop. Nice, so you can see we made the jade stone. Let's go ahead and choose add black mask as well. And then with this option here on the left selected, I can select a lot of this. As you can see, we have made a very professional UV already. As well, if you want just paint over, you can add a layer over here. So just wait a moment, this vanish. Right here I can add a layer or a fill layer. So let's say I add a layer. Now I can actually go ahead and paint. So let's delete this and add a fill layer right now. And on the fill layer, I have the option of base color. So I can change that. And then I can go and add black mask. So right now I can actually either select just the polygons, as you can see, or I can just paint over this. Like that. Or I can paint over directly here in the texture. See that? So if Substance Painter is a really amazing 3D software. Now I have covered just about enough here. I'm going to export this texture so we can apply to our Maya. File, export textures. Let's pick a different location for our textures. So into images right here, I'm going to create one called Substance. Right now I'll copy this address to our Substance Painter and paste over here. Let's see here that I want, let's try BMP 8 bits. Let's see if that works. And maximum size of the texture 512. And that will do. Let's go export right now. Have a look at this. So it has created a bunch of textures. We mostly just need this one. You can see it's pretty beautiful. We could combine with the height here to create more depth to our texture. That would be like in Photoshop. But let's just keep the way it is for now. And I'll just pick our base color and bring over here. And this one we are going to call 3D course number 5. Alright, now I can go back to Maya. Let's bring this texture over here and connect here output color to base color. Now everything is colored here. It looks pretty awesome. We just need to create a UV for our glass, and for the glass I will be making available a TGA. So let's go ahead and go to UV editor. Right here I just want to go to UV and automatic. Okay. This is looking pretty cool. I'll select off this and make it a bit smaller. I'll have a glass texture for you guys that you can use later on. However, there are ways to create, for example, let me show you here, File, New, and then let's create a texture of 256 by 256. Right here, you can actually, let's import this texture. I think it's important for me to explain this. UV editor. Right here, let's export these UVs. Image, UV snapshot, Let's go to 256. And just go export, apply. It's asking to overwrite, so let's just go to here and apply. Now we can go ahead to this location and drag our lines here. All right, so let's quick color this over here. Let's say I want this bottle to be blue, like this. Okay. As well, I want to give a little bit more pixels around, so I'm going to add a stroke right here. And this stroke will be just about the same color. I'll choose outside and I'll pick a smaller number. So this will be our bottle, okay? For transparency in Ragnarok Online, we need TGAs. And TGAs is just like BMP, but have an option for transparency. And how you do is actually under channels right here. You have a plus sign, so you click on that. And that will add you alpha channel. Now I can pick off this texture, okay. And then I can press Ctrl Shift V to paste in place. And then I can press Ctrl U and make this white. Let me off the lower layer here, and then this one I'll convert to, let me check. I'm going to Ctrl J this layer, okay? So it's duplicating the layer with the properties. And then I'm going to convert to smart object, Ctrl U, and then make everything white, okay? After that, I'm going to select off this, Ctrl C, and under alpha, I'm going to Ctrl Shift V. This means over here is where it has transparency. We can go Ctrl M and just maybe make a bit darker. Ctrl U. Let's try that. Ctrl M. All right, that's not working. Let's try again. Let me see. Let's try to color here a little more gray, and that works. So here the gray will means 50% transparency. As darker it goes, is less transparent, and as brighter it goes, is more transparent. Okay. So now we have this alpha over here. If we turn everything, you can see that this area will be transparent and the red area will actually be just regular color. This is TGA. So now it knows that around our bottle we'll have color and transparency. TGA is a bit complicated, so I'll be making available already for you guys the texture later on, where you can just use, but if you want to have colorful TGA textures, you will need to do the way I'm doing here, and then, for example, let's create something interesting here. So this bottle in around this area right here, it has different coloring. Okay, like that. And around this area. Okay, so let's press G and then pick a, for example, green color or just red. Let's go for red. Around this area, the color is red, and then everything else is blue. So we have created a transparent bottle with multiple colors, and that's how you do it. All right, now I'm going to save this texture as TGA. So Targa TGA. And here we're going to call this 3D course 5, but now 6.tga. And then save that to 32 bits. Now I have made this texture as well. And this will only apply later on, as now it doesn't really matter. TGA is just applied inside Ragnarok Online. So we're gonna use a BMP to you will learn this on the next episode. So just check it out. That now we have fully textured all of our 3D models. Let's make this back to its place, which is over here. And next episode, we are going to convert all of this to Ragnarok Online. So stay tuned. I hope you enjoyed this one and have learned a lot. Bless you guys. I wish you all the best in this journey, creating beautiful maps, converting beautiful 3Ds, and I'll see you in the next episode. Peace.